In the quiet spaces of life where the mind is calm and the breath moves gently like the wind through tall grass, there is a truth many people overlook. Wealth does not begin in the hands. It begins in the mind. Before a coin is earned, before a business is built, before a dream becomes real, there must first be focus. Focus is the lamp that lights the path of creation. Without it, even the most talented person walks in darkness. Many people believe that wealth disappears because of bad luck, unfair circumstances, or powerful enemies. But often the true reason is much simpler and far closer. It is the quiet habit of giving away attention to every voice, every demand, every distraction that knocks at the door of the mind. Focus is like water in a clay bowl. If the bowl is strong and undisturbed, the water remains and can nourish the field. But if the bowl has many cracks, the water slowly leaks away until nothing is left. In the same way, when a person allows others to constantly pull their attention in different directions, they are essentially creating a kind of mental traffic jam where everyone is constantly being pulled in different directions. The energy needed to build prosperity quietly drains away. Look at how people live each day. One person wakes up with a plan to work toward their purpose. Yet before the morning is halfway gone, their attention has been captured by endless conversations, unnecessary arguments, trivial news, and the opinions of people who have never built anything themselves. By evening, the mind is tired, but nothing meaningful has been created. The day feels busy, yet it was empty. This is how wealth is stolen, not by force, but by distraction. When you give your focus to everyone who demands it, you are handing them the keys to your future. Every moment of attention is a small piece of life itself. Once it is given, it cannot be reclaimed. And when enough of those moments are scattered like seeds thrown onto stone, the garden of prosperity never grows. Those who understand this guard their attention carefully. They listen, but they do not absorb every noise of the world. They help others, but they do not allow every problem to become their own. They remain kind, yet their mind is anchored like a mountain that cannot be moved by passing winds. Such people know that focus is sacred. It is the invisible force that transforms thought into action and action into wealth. When focus is strong, work becomes deep. When work becomes deep, results begin to multiply. And when results multiply, abundance appears naturally, like fruit growing from a well-rooted tree. But when focus is constantly interrupted, the mind becomes restless. A restless mind cannot build lasting wealth. It jumps from idea to idea, project to project, dream to dream, never staying long enough for anything to mature. Like a farmer who plants seeds but digs them up every day to check their growth, nothing ever reaches harvest. This is why protecting your attention is one of the most powerful acts of wisdom. Not every message deserves an answer. Not every invitation deserves acceptance. Not every opinion deserves space inside your mind. When you begin to understand this, something remarkable happens. The noise around you loses its power. The urge to chase every distraction begins to fade. In its place grows a quiet clarity. With that clarity, you begin to see what truly matters. The work that deserves your energy becomes obvious. The people who truly support your journey become clear. The goals that once felt distant now feel reachable because your mind is no longer scattered across 1,000 directions. Wealth then becomes less mysterious. It is not only the result of intelligence or opportunity. It is the natural reward of sustained attention. When the mind is steady and focused, progress becomes inevitable. So be careful where you place your focus. Every time you give it away carelessly, you give away a piece of your potential wealth. But every time you protect it, guide it, and return it to what truly matters, you strengthen the foundation of your future. Guard your attention as a wise person guards a precious treasure. For within that quiet power of focus lies the seed of prosperity, waiting patiently for the moment when the mind becomes still enough to let it grow. Focus is the foundation of wealth. Wealth begins in the mind. Before money, success, or opportunities appear, a person must have strong focus. Focus allows ideas to grow into real results. Wealth does not suddenly appear in a person's life like a storm that arrives without warning. It begins quietly in a place that cannot be seen by others. It begins in the mind. Long before money is earned or opportunities appear, there must first be a clear and steady focus. Focus is the invisible force that turns ideas into action and action into results. Without it, even the most talented person struggles to build anything lasting. Many people search outside themselves when they try to understand why success feels distant. They blame circumstances, the economy, the actions of others, or the lack of opportunity. But often the real reason is much simpler. The mind has been scattered in too many directions. When attention is constantly divided, the power to create wealth becomes weak. Focus is like sunlight passing through a magnifying glass. When the light is scattered across a wide area, it feels warm but changes nothing. Yet when the same light is concentrated into one small point, it becomes powerful enough to ignite fire. The human mind works in the same way. When a person gathers their attention and directs it toward one meaningful purpose, that purpose begins to grow stronger each day. But many people live in a different way. Their attention moves wherever the world pulls it. One moment they are thinking about their goals. The next moment they are pulled into arguments, unnecessary conversations, endless scrolling, or the opinions of others. By the time the day ends, their mind feels exhausted, yet little progress has been made toward what truly matters. This quiet loss of focus slowly weakens the foundation of wealth. Building prosperity requires deep work, patience, and consistent effort. These things cannot grow in a distracted mind. Just as a tree cannot grow strong roots in constantly shifting soil, success cannot grow in a mind that never stays still long enough to nurture its ideas. When a person develops strong focus, something powerful begins to happen. Their work becomes deeper and more meaningful. Instead of moving quickly from task to task, they give their full presence to what they are doing. In that state of attention, creativity awakens. Solutions appear where confusion once lived. Progress that once felt slow begins to move steadily forward. Over time, these small moments of focused effort begin to compound. A skill improves. A project grows. A business takes shape. Opportunities begin to appear because the person is prepared to recognize and use them. What once looked like luck from the outside is actually the natural result of sustained attention. The mind that learns to focus becomes calm and disciplined. It is not easily pulled away by every distraction that passes through the world. Instead, it remains steady, like a mountain that stands unmoved by the winds that circle around it. In that steadiness lies the true beginning of wealth, not just financial wealth, but the wealth of clarity, purpose, and direction. When focus becomes strong, the path forward becomes clear, and the seeds of prosperity finally have the space they need to grow. Distractions quietly steal your future, warning constant interruptions, opinions of others, social noise, and unnecessary conversations slowly drain the energy needed to build prosperity. When focus is lost, wealth does not vanish in a dramatic moment. It disappears slowly, like water slipping through small cracks in a vessel. A person may work hard, yet if their attention is scattered, their effort becomes weak. They may chase many ideas at once, start projects but never finish them, or spend energy on things that bring no real value. In such a condition, progress becomes difficult. The world rewards consistency and depth, not constant change. Imagine a farmer who plants seeds but digs them up every day to check whether they are growing. The seeds never have time to take root. The soil remains empty. In the same way, a person who constantly shifts their focus never allows their ideas to mature. Wealth and success require time. They require patience. They require the discipline to continue working even when results are not immediately visible. Many distractions in modern life pull attention away from meaningful work. Technology, social media, endless information, and the opinions of others create noise. This noise makes it difficult to think clearly. A mind filled with too much information becomes restless. It jumps from one thought to another, never staying long enough to create something valuable. The ability to focus is therefore one of the greatest skills a person can develop. When a person protects their focus, something remarkable happens. They begin to see opportunities that others miss. Because their attention is steady, they notice details. They understand problems more deeply. They develop solutions instead of simply reacting to circumstances. Wealth then becomes a result of understanding and effort rather than luck. This does not mean withdrawing from the world or ignoring responsibilities. It means choosing where to direct energy. A wise person listens but does not absorb every opinion. They help others but they do not allow every problem to become their own. They engage with life yet they remain anchored in purpose. Such balance allows growth. Over time, focused effort builds strength. A skill that was once difficult becomes natural. A business that once struggled begins to thrive. Knowledge that once felt overwhelming becomes clear. These improvements do not happen overnight. They are the result of consistent attention applied day after day. Wealth in its deepest sense is not only money. It is the ability to live with purpose, to create value, and to move toward goals with clarity. Focus is the bridge between intention and achievement. Without it, dreams remain ideas. With it, dreams become reality. Therefore, guarding focus is one of the most important choices a person can make. It is not about rejecting the world, but about engaging with it wisely. It is about recognizing that attention is precious. Every moment spent on something meaningful is an investment in the future. Every moment lost to distraction is an opportunity that cannot be regained. When focus becomes strong, life changes. The mind becomes clearer, work becomes deeper, progress becomes steady. And in that steady progress, wealth and fulfillment naturally grow. Attention is life's most valuable resource. Every moment of attention is a piece of your life. When you give your focus to everything and everyone, you lose the time and energy required to achieve your goals. When focus is strong, wealth does not appear as something magical. It grows naturally, like a tree that is given good soil, water, and time. A tree does not rush to bear fruit. It develops roots first. Those roots reach deep into the earth, drawing nourishment that cannot be seen from the surface. Only after time passes does the tree produce leaves and fruit. In the same way, a person who focuses on meaningful work and personal growth builds the foundation of success before visible results appear. Many people expect immediate rewards. They begin a project and if results do not come quickly, they lose motivation. They change direction. They start something new. This cycle repeats and nothing reaches maturity. Wealth requires patience. It requires the understanding that progress is often slow at first. The world values depth, not haste. A shallow effort may produce small results, but lasting success comes from sustained dedication. Focus also protects energy. When a person tries to do everything at once, their strength becomes divided. Imagine carrying many heavy objects at the same time. Each object adds weight and soon the burden becomes too much. But if the same person carries one object at a time, the task becomes manageable. Life works in the same way. By choosing priorities and concentrating on what truly matters, a person can move forward with clarity and purpose. Distractions, however, are everywhere. They invite attention but rarely contribute to growth. Endless entertainment, unnecessary arguments, and constant consumption of information can fill the mind without adding value. A mind that is always busy but never productive is like a river that flows but reaches no ocean. Water moves, yet it leads nowhere. Focus transforms movement into progress. It directs energy toward meaningful outcomes. When focus becomes a habit, life changes gradually. Decisions become clearer. Time is used wisely. Effort is applied where it matters. Small improvements accumulate. A skill becomes stronger. Knowledge expands. Opportunities appear because the person is prepared to recognize them. Success then feels less like luck and more like the natural result of disciplined action. Wealth in this understanding is not only money. It is the ability to create value and live with purpose. It is the freedom that comes from mastering one's attention and choices. A person who controls their focus controls the direction of their life. They are not easily swayed by external pressures. They remain steady, working toward goals even when challenges arise. This does not mean ignoring the world or refusing to help others. It means balance. A wise person participates in life but does not allow distractions to dominate their mind. They give attention to what is important and release what is not. In doing so, they preserve energy for meaningful growth. Over time, such discipline becomes strength. The mind becomes calm. Work becomes effective. Results appear. Wealth grows not because of sudden fortune, but because of consistent effort. The journey may be long, but every step matters. Each moment of focus is a seed planted in the soil of the future. With time, those seeds grow into something valuable. Thus, giving away focus to unnecessary things steals potential. It weakens the ability to build and create. But protecting focus empowers a person. It allows them to shape their destiny with intention. In that intentional life, prosperity and fulfillment become possible. The path is not always easy, but it is clear. And those who walk it with patience eventually reach their destination. A restless mind cannot create lasting wealth. Jumping from one idea, task, or dream to another prevents progress. True success comes when the mind stays committed to one meaningful path long enough for results to grow. When focus is weakened, progress slows. A person may work, but their efforts feel scattered. They start many things but finish few. Opportunities appear, yet they are not fully recognized or used. Wealth is not only about earning money, it is about creating value and growing in understanding. But value cannot be created when attention is divided. Just as a river must flow in one direction to reach the sea, human effort must move with purpose to achieve meaningful results. Many people believe success depends only on external circumstances. They think if the world were fairer or if opportunities were greater, wealth would come easily. But circumstances matter less than mindset. Two people may face the same situation, yet their results differ because of how they respond. One person focuses on solutions. Another focuses on problems. One builds. The other complains. The difference is not luck. It is attention and effort. Focus is the bridge between intention and achievement. A person may have good ideas, but ideas alone do not create results. They must be acted upon. Action requires discipline. Discipline requires concentration. Without focus, action becomes weak and inconsistent. With focus, action becomes powerful and purposeful. Over time, small actions compound. What once seemed impossible becomes achievable. Distractions, however, compete for attention. Modern life offers endless stimulation. Messages, notifications, entertainment, and opinions constantly demand response. If a person gives attention to everything, they give strength to nothing. The mind becomes busy but unproductive. Energy is spent, yet progress remains limited. Wealth and success require selective attention. Not every problem deserves immediate reaction. Not every opinion requires agreement. Not every distraction deserves time. A wise person learns to prioritize. They understand that time is limited. Each day is an opportunity to move closer to meaningful goals. If time is spent on trivial matters, opportunities for growth are lost. But if time is invested in learning, skill building, and purposeful work, progress becomes inevitable. This does not mean ignoring life's responsibilities. It means making conscious choices about where to direct energy. When focus becomes strong, confidence grows. A person who works with purpose feels more in control of their life. They understand that success is not random. It is the result of effort and persistence. Challenges still appear, but they are faced with determination rather than fear. Setbacks become lessons. Problems become opportunities for growth. Wealth in its deepest sense is freedom. It is the ability to live with purpose and security. But freedom is built, not given. It requires responsibility. A person must take ownership of their decisions and actions. They must focus on what they can control rather than what they cannot. This mindset creates strength. The journey towards success is not always easy. There will be moments of doubt and difficulty, but focus provides direction. It keeps a person moving forward even when progress seems slow. Like a seed growing underground, results may not be visible at first, yet growth is happening. With time, it becomes clear. Therefore, protecting focus is one of the greatest skills a person can develop. It allows them to create, learn, and grow. It transforms effort into results. And it turns dreams into reality. When attention is given to meaningful work, wealth and fulfillment naturally follow. The path may require patience, but every step matters. In the end, focused effort builds a life of purpose and achievement. Protecting your focus creates abundance. When you guard your attention, ignore unnecessary noise, and direct your energy toward meaningful work, prosperity naturally begins to develop. When focus is given away, wealth and personal growth quietly diminish. Many people believe that success depends only on external factors, opportunities, connections, or luck. While these things may play a role, they are not the foundation. The foundation of success is the ability to direct attention toward meaningful work and consistent improvement. Without focus, effort becomes scattered, and scattered effort rarely produces lasting results. Think of a craftsman shaping wood. If his hands move without care, the final piece will be rough and incomplete. But if he works with patience and precision, the result becomes something valuable. In the same way, life requires careful attention. A person who rushes through tasks, constantly switching between distractions, cannot create something meaningful. Wealth and achievement are not built in a single moment. They are the result of repeated effort applied over time. Many distractions compete for attention. Technology, social media, and endless information provide constant stimulation. While these things can be useful, they also have the power to pull the mind away from important goals. A person may spend hours scrolling through content, yet feel empty at the end of the day. No progress has been made toward their dreams. Time once lost cannot be recovered. This is why discipline is essential. Discipline is the ability to choose what deserves attention and what does not. It is the skill of saying no to distractions so that energy can be directed toward growth. A disciplined person does not react to every message or opinion. They understand that not every demand requires immediate response. Instead, they focus on what truly matters. When focus becomes a habit, life changes gradually. Small improvements accumulate. A skill that once felt difficult becomes easier. Knowledge expands. Confidence grows. Opportunities appear because the person is prepared to recognize and use them. Success then feels less like luck and more like the natural result of sustained effort. Wealth in this understanding is not only money, it is the ability to live with purpose and security. It is freedom, the freedom to make choices that align with personal values and long-term goals. But freedom is built, not given. It requires responsibility and patience. A person must take ownership of their actions and decisions. Giving away focus to unnecessary things steals potential, the ability to create and grow. But protecting focus strengthens the mind. It allows a person to move forward with clarity. Challenges will still appear, but they will be faced with determination. Setbacks will become lessons rather than failures. Life is a journey of continuous learning. No one achieves perfection, but everyone can improve. Each day is an opportunity to grow. By directing attention toward meaningful goals, progress becomes possible. The path may be slow, but it is steady. In the end, success is not determined by external circumstances alone. It is shaped by how a person uses their time and focus. Those who invest energy in valuable work create lasting results. Those who allow distractions to dominate their lives struggle to move forward. The choice is always present. Focus is the bridge between dreams and reality. When attention is given to purposeful action, possibilities expand. Wealth and fulfillment become achievable. It is not an overnight transformation, but a gradual process. With patience and dedication, the seeds of effort grow into something meaningful. And in that growth, a life of purpose and achievement is built.